Do you ever just stop for a minute, sit down and think to yourself, man, there's so many things I just hate about Terraria. Yeah, me neither. Honestly, I absolutely love Terraria and think it's one of the most perfect games out there. However, as a builder, video maker and just a regular player, there are a couple of things that make me go absolutely mad. Can you make it a bit more aggressive? Just a bit more? Maybe you could add, can you stop being so needy for one? Just beautiful. The first thing is, well, I kinda understand a couple of things about computers, programming, and picture and sprite editing, but I still wonder why in the hell are background images so damn blurry? The game is made out of big, clear pixels. You can easily resize pixel art without making it blurry. And while we're still here, the same can be said about mounts, as riding one magically turns your character into something that makes you think you forgot your glasses. The second thing is wall and water texture bugs. I don't think it really needs an explanation. If you ever built anything more than just a wooden box as your house, you will agree that water and walls tend to be buggy as... No, that's not what I meant. And I'm really sorry for saying this, but honestly, walls next to slopes and water next to anything really is just a nightmare for builders. The third thing that drives me nuts is hoiks. Sure, you can gather stars. With this mechanic, you can send items from one side of the world to the other in no time and make elevators. But then again, stars are extremely common anyway and you don't need them for maximum amounts of mana. And you know, teleporters exist. This leaves you and me suffering with countless glitches in and through walls, while that 0.1% who exploit the game with lances and fancy-pantsy Tesla cannons enjoy themselves. You can call me a hater, but I really don't think it should exist in the game. But maybe that's just me. The fourth thing that hits hard is definitely not melee users in pre-hard mode. Melee is essentially the same as ranged or magic, since melee weapons just shoot countless projectiles. When that is taken away in pre-hard mode, however, you are left with pure sword contact damage, and then you quickly realize that getting so close to enemies is really not a great idea. Sure, there's different melee types, but honestly they don't even stand close to what other classes get weapon-wise. I do kinda feel bad for pre-hard mode melee users and think the class should be revised. The fifth thing are hitboxes. I don't think I have to say more, but swords, bullets, arrows and projectiles in general sometimes tend to miss the enemy even though you definitely should have had scored a hit. Apart from causing random enemy glitching through walls, hitboxes can be extremely annoying later in game, when enemies deal massive amounts of damage if they get too close before dying. You could simply fix this issue by making the hitboxes a tiny bit larger. Just please keep in mind that this is a list of things I personally hate, so please don't get upset if you think a little bit differently. We can all agree on one thing though, Terraria is still one hell of an amazing game.